Hi and welcome to Gray's Gardening. My name is Gray and this is my gardening channel showing you everything I'm doing down at my allotment throughout the whole year. If you want tips and tricks on how to grow nice big banana trees in the UK or kiwi vines or even figs, then please consider subscribing, as this might be the place for you. So I haven't managed to get down to the plot for a few weeks, hence why I haven't been able to put a new video out. I have been so busy. I've been away in Corfu at my mate's wedding, for which I was the best man for. Really great time away. Nice to have some sunshine for a change as well. I've been down in London. My son's football team, the under-11s, made it to the national finals, to which they won. So that was a great achievement. Last week, sadly, I was laid up in bed with COVID, and I've also been away camping for a nice weekend away with my mates. So busy time, hence why the allotment has now become a little bit overgrown. Let me just quickly show you around. Okay, so the cherry tree looks a bit overgrown. Likewise, the apricot tree. The raised beds could do with a bit of a weed, and this grass really is getting a bit too long now. Everything down here needs a bit of a trim back, and even the pond now needs a little bit of a clean out, which I'm hoping to get to today. So part of the plan was to come down here with my battery operated hedge trimmer, extendable one, and tackle this area behind me, which I'm now calling the jungle. All the bushes, the hedges, even the trees got really overgrown, but something's not right. My hedge trimmer has decided not to work, so I'm after a new one. I've had a look at it, I've taken it apart, can't find out how to fix it. If you are someone who supplies these, if you want me to do a bit of a product review and you want to gift me one, a cordless battery operated hedge trimmer, that would be very nice. Just get in touch with me. You'll see how to do that in the description below. So that one's out the window. So instead, I'm going to tackle this grass. I wanted to get down really early to do this morning, but it has been raining yet again. I think it's dry enough now, but it is quite long. So I'm just going to take off the top few inches just to make it a bit easier. So I better get cracking on that, because sky's looking a bit dark over there. We've got a bit of blue sky that way, but as you can imagine, sod's law, I think the clouds are coming over and it's not doing the way I want it to. So I'm going to mow this grass now. What a difference a quick mow makes. And of course, the sun coming out always helps. But just coming around here, you can already see the difference. Whizzing the mower around, even the bananas look fantastic, especially when the sun's out. So hopefully you can see the difference that's made. So the results are in, and I grew cucumbers. I did 4 cucumber plants this year. These 2, as you can see, are coming out of the grow bag with at least 1 more cucumber on each. I've had about 5 from each plant so far, so over 10 cucumbers from those. Now here, exact same seeds, but grown in my bottomless pot. So these are pots that have been sunk into the ground, filled with nice new compost. The plant looks okay, healthy enough. You can see it growing up this string. Look at the way it's like decided to hang on there, tie itself around, climb up. But I have had no cucumbers at all. This is potentially one, baby one, but it seems to be getting to the little baby stages and then falling off. There's another one in there, a little baby one. You can just see that. Again, I do like the way it hangs on. Really ties itself up. So it's given itself the stability I'll just move that just so it's touching against it. That'll probably tie on for the next time. But as I say, exactly the same. These two giving me lovely cucumbers. In fact, I'll just see if I can snip my finger off out the lens. Let's see if I can do this without dropping it one-handed. Oh, there we go. A nice big cucumber there. And again, same with that one. And I've been taking these home. These have really been enjoyed by the family. Nice and flavoursome. But that's it. Going forwards, no more bottomless pots. And if I just come round to the tomatoes, we're in a similar situation. So we've got the grow bags. And although it's not been the best tomato harvest, we have started to get tomatoes now. I think if the weather hasn't helped, I know that. But you know, we've got lots of little cherry tomatoes starting now, lots of trusses. They are probably about 4 weeks behind where they should be, but again, I am blaming the weather. So these have all been grown out the grow bags. I've done 2 in each. In fact, 3 maybe in that one. But if I spin round, here is our bottomless pots. Same seeds. And there's a mass of difference. This entire plant, very small, thin and leggy. 1 tomato. This one, nothing. This one, very small indeed, but it has given me 2 tomatoes. And then back in here we've got the grow bags, not quite as tall as the other side, but we do have tomatoes. So it just goes to show, in fact, look in there, there's some nice big ones. These are the money maker. I think there's one actually growing out the ground at the back there. But the grow bags have certainly done much better than the bottomless pots. So next year, no more bottomless pots. But what has been a success is my marigolds grown from seed. This is 1 marigold plant, and I have not even had to deadhead these. That is how big it's grown from 1 seed. I'm going to put these in for 2 reasons. One is marigolds are meant to keep pests away and support your plant growth. But 2, they just look really nice, especially this time in the evening. They almost glow. The flowers are that bright and fragrant. Got them dotted all along here. So again, 1 little seed, 1 marigold seed produces all these flowers. So they've been a success. And then coming up here, the grapes, I never have to worry about my grapes. This is the white Lakemont seedless variety. You can make wine out of them, but once they ripen around about September, October time, I just pick them and eat them straight from the vine. Tons and tons of grapes. As always, as I say, never have to worry about these. Maybe 50, 60 bunches. Some really nice ones here. So they've done well. The quick weed of the beetroot and courgette bed. And after, I have finally, all summer long found that my first courgette is finally growing. I've got 4 of these plants in here. They have all taken so long to get going. Don't know whether it's our summer, don't know if it's the soil it's in. I actually thought planting in amongst the beetroot might be a problem, but all the manuals and guidance say it should be fine. So maybe I'm just going to get a late crop. And actually there's another one. 2 courgettes on the way at long last. But I think what I'm going to do now is harvest my first beetroot of the year. So you literally just grab it, give it a little pull, and there we have it. That's not a bad size beetroot, that. Not bad at all. Take that home, wash it off, put in a bit of water, put in the microwave, and ready to eat. first beetroot. So here's my fig tree, and I thought I had plenty of time before they ripened, yet the first one already has. And look what's happened, the birds have found it before I did. Now it's being ravaged. The birds never used to touch my figs until about 2 years ago, and I think they've now got the taste for them. They know they can eat them. So as soon as they start turning purple, I'm just searching to see if there's any more, because they go from this lovely green colour where they're really firm to touch, and then literally in the space of about 2 days they'll turn into this purpley colour, and they go much softer, but that's when they're ready to eat. So I'm going to have to be on my toes and get them before the birds do. Just want to check this one out in case he's starting to ripen. This one's only got a couple on it. No, they're still unripe as well. So I'm going to have to be really keeping an eye on these to make sure that the birds don't get them before I do. Here's the last of the Japanese wine berries. I've just picked these off now, so small, just like a raspberry, a lot redder in colour though. And a lot sweeter and juicier too. Here is a Franberry, so slightly different. Slightly different to a raspberry, and it's actually a cross between a strawberry and a raspberry. Delicious. Here are now the red gooseberries. Now they've gone black nearly. Very dark colour. These are now at the best. I'm going to pick a load of them. Look at all them there. The red gooseberry. I think it's safe to say I'm not going to get any pumpkins this year. Definitely not off that one. I know it's got a little flower, but that is pathetic. This one seems to have picked up very recently. I did plant these in too late, I think. I normally plant my pumpkin seeds around about April time. I left them till late May. I think it's too late. I've actually just got another one over here. Now I've built a little cage around it because I kept nearly standing on it. Again, little flowers starting, but usually I have football sized pumpkins actually starting by now. So I'm not holding out any hope. Maybe a year of no pumpkins. The grapevine cuttings are doing well. This one actually went in last year. Just snipped a little bit off the vine, popped it in some compost, and there we go, new grapevine. And then this one is this year. Again, growing nicely. So I popped to the garden centre the other day, which used to be a bit of a dangerous trip for me because I'd end up spending so much money on all the different plants I wanted. I'd be like a kid in a sweet shop. I want one of them, one of them, one of them. I'm a lot stricter these days. Okay, I have most of what I want, but there's always something that catches your eye. So first off, I saw this. This is the raspberry tower. Hopefully you can see that. It does say it'll grow up to 2 meters in height. So I haven't got this type of raspberry before. Looks very healthy, a bit spiky on the stems, but that's going to go in my new soft fruit area, which will be inside a polytunnel. But I'm going to pot it up now just so it can grow as much as it possibly can for the rest of this year. And also, as you can see, the big bananas behind me, it's not going to be quite as big. This is a Musa acuminata dwarf Cavendish, and I just liked it because of the variegated leaves. Now it does say dwarf on it, but again on the back says could be 2.5 meters in height, so it won't be quite as big as those ones, but I do like the leaves, a bit different. And I bought this one because there's actually a baby at the bottom. Hopefully you can just see that. So I'm going to try and separate that off, and instantly I'll get 2 plants for the price of 1. That was £8, so not bad if I get 2. Hopefully you all know the potting on trick, which is to fill your pot full of compost. This is just normal multi-purpose compost. Make the hole in the middle. You can actually put the plant in first if you wanted to. Make a decent hole for the size of the pot. And we'll go for about there. And then you firm around it so the pot's still in. The existing pot is still in. Firm around, then you take the pot out. Hopefully that then shows you in there. We've got the shape of the old pot. That's all now made, ready for it to go in. The soil is holding it together. Then just tease the existing plant out. Oh, look at the root on that. Good root system. So we're just gonna loosen that off a little bit. As I say, I do want to try and get the baby out, but it might be a bit tricky. But anyway, now I've just loosened those roots a little bit so they can start to spread more easily. The hole that we just made, that now goes in nicely. Bit more compost on top. There you have it, potted on quickly and easily. I will now try and get that baby one out, but if it goes wrong, you may not see it. So I'm just going to take a sharp knife. There's the baby. I'm going to go as close as I possibly can to the main stem and just cut right down through it. There should be enough roots for the main one, which will be fine. Separated it now. And I don't know whether we're going to get enough root. Maybe. I'll try and tease that off. There we go, the roots are broken. Pop that one in. And we do have a tiny root coming off there. Don't want to play with it too much in case it damage it. I need to get him straight in a new pot now. There we go, it worked. I separated him off. It's planted in now, so that's the baby pup. I need to firm him down a little bit more. The dwarf variegated leaf Cavendish banana and the raspberry tower. Even just the colours on those leaves looks fantastic, especially with the backdrop. There we go, one banana, the backdrop of the others. During the winter I put this pond in and it's looking okay, probably from this angle. I'm not sure if the camera's fully picking it up, but nice little effect when you first walk into the plot. But it's now full of this algae type stuff, so I'm going to try and get some of it out. But just before I do, I put in a lily pad a few weeks ago. Nice new lily pads, and here is the flower. So it does say that's what it looked like. And yesterday when I was down here, that flower was open, so maybe it opens in the evening. There's some new lily pads here. So that's looking really nice, but I do want to try and clear some of this out. I probably need to get some kind of proper net, but for now I'm just going to use the rake and see what I can get. As you can see, all this gunky stuff is near the surface. So I'm just going to be careful. I don't want to damage the plants I've put in. Just going to scoop a load of that out. What you do whenever you're scooping out from a pond, pop it to begin with just on the side, so if there's any little creatures living within it, they have a chance to crawl back into the pond again. You don't want to be killing them. Oh, plenty of gunky stuff there. I did put some snails in the other day which I meant to eat, all this gunky stuff, but whether or not they've got going yet, I don't know. I'm just going to scoop out what I can. I say I've got to be careful. There's lots of plants in here that I've put in. I don't want them to fall over. I've also seen some big long pond gloves that I should probably buy. That'll probably make this job a little bit easier. So look at all that. Let's try and get that out. Okay, I've cleaned quite a lot of that out now. Popping it there in case there's any little bugs or insects that want to go back into the pond. I'm sure they can find their way back in. The water will settle down a bit, but I can now see to the bottom a bit easier. And the lovely little lily pad flower has opened again, or starting to open. So really made up with that. Pond looking much better now. About 2 weeks ago, I made some nettle fertilizer, or should I say I started making it. Now 2 weeks on, you can see all the leaves seem to have disintegrated or dissolved. It's just a load of stems left now. This still stink, by the way. If you're making it, put it somewhere out of the way. So we just seem to have stems left. Now I'm not sure how much of this you use, so I've got my watering can here already full, or nearly full, and what I'm going to do is put two, oh look at that, lovely colour, two of those in. If that's too much or too little, someone please comment below and let me know. But I'm just about to now water the tomatoes and cucumbers and melons. Let's see if it makes any difference. Okay, now I'm in the greenhouse, I can smell it even more, but here we go, a little bit on each of the cucumbers. And these ones, they do get watered normally anyway with the solar watering system, but this should hopefully just give them a little bit extra. As the melon's done, I'll give the tomatoes some. You can see the colour of it as it's coming out. It's definitely, hopefully got some goodness in it. I'll just do the other side. In fact, there we go. My first tomatoes are going red. Long last. Next to me here is my topiary reindeer. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's actually got 4 legs. The body's starting to come together here. That's going to be the head. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you that on the next video, because that's going to take me a while. I wanted to start resembling my topiary reindeer now. So if you've liked this kind of content, please do subscribe to the channel. Give me that thumbs up. Give me some comments. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.